Welcome to another book review, and today we are going to be discussing One True Loves by Elise Bryant. Beautiful cover just to start out. I absolutely love the cover design. It has a little cute dust jacket, as you can see. And then when you take off the lovely dust jacket, you see that it's still beautifully cute. Whenever I was reading it, I actually took off the dust cover and I was carrying it around like this because it was beautiful. And look at that, professional, never got anything on it. This book was super cute. I honestly think this book could be perfect for young adults, even teenagers. This book follows, how do I describe it? This book follows, Lenore, and I would say she's going through with a lot of us girls who tend to be the minority, a lot in a way. She's heading for NYU. She's always loved fashion, and style and sewing and photography and things like that. And basically, she freshly just graduated high school, just went to prom. She's enjoying her last summer before she starts that next chapter of her life. Well, like a lot of families, her family's encouraging her to, buckle down, go to college, and do what society basically encourages, which is get a degree. Well, as Lenore is on this vacation with her family and is transitioning into this next chapter in her life, she's kind of just a free spirit. So she's on this trip, on this European cruise with her mom, her dad, and her older brother, who her older brother is like super brainiac, idolized child of the family. He graduated from high school, 4.0 with honors. He's going to law school. He's like the super kid, and he manages to take the summer off and go on this European cruise with his family. He's an out individual. He is homosexual. And even that he's idolized for because he's in this great relationship with his boyfriend. So Lenore, in comparison's kind of like, less worthy because, she barely graduated high school. Yes, she got into NYU, but she's not as driven as her brother. So on this cruise, she ends up meeting this young man named Alex Lee, who's similar to her brother, has everything going for him, everything, planned out, including a residency, and he hasn't even started college yet. So his parents and Lenore's parents end up befriending each other, so then she has to go through this whole European cruise. One, being compared to her older brother. Two, being compared to someone who's basically her peer, who's just doing better than her. I like this book because it gives you a visualization of what it's like not being the overachiever in a Black family. Because it, as you can see from the cover, Lenore is African American. She's a young Black woman. It gives you an insight on some of the pressures that your parents, mothers, or whoever's raising you tends to put on you as you're transitioning into your adult life. The kind of pressure, in addition to the pressure that a lot of people put on you amongst your peers. Such as, like for Lenore, she says, okay, I'm going to NYU. I'm going to major in, I forgot what her, what she said her major was in, because she didn't want to do that. But she was just majoring in it because her parents and her family and everyone wanted her to. So when she tends to express that to Alex Lee, he's like, oh, okay. Are you sure you want to do that? And she's like, yeah. And he's like, you don't seem sure. You should really buckle down to that. Like a lot of there's pressure from your peers as well as your parents. So as Lenore is on her cruise, her European cruise, her parents basically gave her the ultimatum: you need to, buckle down and make a decision about your life by the end of this trip. Pressure, right? And Alex tries to help her narrow things down amongst this trip. Pressure, right? And she's supposed to be relaxing and celebrating the fact that she graduated high school. But, as she travels, to not spoil anything, she ends up finding herself, finding her courage, and also realizing that it's okay to be human. And a lot of things, like, this is a pure self-discovery book that's so refreshing. I feel like I'm butchering the explanation, but it's a romance, yes, but there's a lot more that can be unpacked with this book. That after reading it, I resonated so much with it growing up. Like, this was very well written, and I think Elise Bryant did a phenomenal job. Yeah, the romance was a bonus, but there was just so much more to be focused on in this book besides the love and the romance. Like, I loved how she basically unpacked why our elders, our African American elders, or the elders in our household, put so much pressure on us, and the understanding of where they're coming from with it. But she also unpacks how things are just changing, and how Lenore's way of thinking isn't a bad thing. Different strokes for different folks. This book is not written in multiple perspectives. This is all written from Lenore's perspective. You get a lot of her inner dialogue. I love the supporting characters in it. I feel like Bryant's kind of focused on just the two main characters, which was Lenore and Alex. I kind of wish it would have been a little bit thicker, so that way you could have got more of what was going through the older brother's head, because it was so mysterious what he was going through, that the only time you really understood what he was going through was when he was engaged in conversation with Lenore. So I kind of missed out on that. And I also kind of wanted to know what the parents were doing while Lenore and Alex were away. Like, there's just a little things I kind of was curious about, so I think she could have kind of dealt with that a little bit. Would it have been fluff? Yes, because, like I said, this was very well written. I don't think she should have changed anything. I kind of just wish I got a little bit more insight on those things. And I also kind of wish she would have did a little one chapter Lenore, one chapter Alex, so that way we could have gotten kind of Alex's perspective. I mean, you kind of end up getting it a little bit because he explains himself, but it just would have been nice to get some of his inner dialogue as well. Would I suggest this to others? Yes. Would I suggest this to anyone who's like really in smut or spicy books? No, because that's not what this is. This isn't even like a young adult romance. I would just say this is just a nice fiction book to read. Would I say this would be a perfect gift? Yes. I would suggest this to a lot of people who are in their senior year of high school, or their first year of college, or even their second year of college. Because this really just unpacks a lot of topics that a lot of people, have lived through or understand, but might not have had a discussion, or might not know how to embark on that kind of discussion. So I say check it out. I picked this one up from Target. Another time I was just shopping around Target, stumbles into the book section, and notices the lovely beauty. So I hope this inspires you to check it out. Thanks for watching.